we just had the biggest patch note drop of the year. Okay, we got literally the biggest patch note drop of the entire year. And I've been going slow. I haven't been able to see it, but we're getting into it because this is a real doozy. They've been cooking, and we got a bunch. I mean, this is a literal pamphlet. We've got an absolute pamphlet. Now, I am going to cover this. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going in, but what I'm interested in the most is the class changes. Now, I am not going to do this in order because there are classes that I care about more than others. We will go over all the classes, but I want to immediately skip to the classes that I like the most. We're going to skip to skip mage. All right, here we go. Huge changes for mage, guys. Mass barrier mana cost reduced to 8% base mana. Okay, mass barrier mana cost reduced, not a big deal, but polymorph health regeneration reduced by 50%. They're buffing polymorph. Finally, you're not going to heal as much when you get polyed. Great. Polymorph now breaks based on a small damage threshold instead of any damage. Yes! Yes! Not every random AoE in the entire game is going to instantly break polymorph anymore. We are back, baby. I would imagine it'll be very similar to Hex. All right, let's see. Our updates for Frostfire Mage are focused on reducing the incentive to track auras to make the talents more connected and conducive. Interesting. Excess fire now triggers when you cast Meteor or Comet Storm. Frostfire Burst damage increased by 70%. Excess Frost now triggers when you consume excess fire. And may stack up to twice. Excess Frost now casts Ice Snow at 200% effectiveness, was 125. The talent location of Excess Frost, Excess Fire, Isothermic Core, Imbued Warding, and Meltdown have changed. Okay. Frostfire Bolt will now appropriately consume overflowing energy when it critically strikes. Frost Fire Empowerment is now tracked on the personal resource display. Sun Fury. Consuming Glorious Incandescence while at or max range will now appropriately summon meteorites. All right. Let's see what's going on with Arcane. We're happy with Arcane's gameplay has landed. Me too, actually. Enlightened has an update. Arcane Mage damage dealt is increased based on your current mana up to 6% at full mana. Mana regen is increased based on your current mana up to 20% when out of mana. Okay. Arcane Surge now tracked on the personal resource display. The position of some talents have changed in gates 1 and 2. What do they do for Sunfury Arcane? Glorious Incandescence has been updated. Spells that consume Burden of Power summon a storm of 4 meteorites on their target. Meteorites summoned this way grant 1 charge upon landing. Burden of Power once again affects Arcane Barrage. Burden of Power now tracks on the personal resource display. Okay, so nothing crazy for Arcane, really. There's a lot of fire changes, though. Fire's resource economy post the War Within has been too generous, which has made certain spells like Fireball and Scorch feel unnecessary while also impacting how we can tune Pyroblast and Flame Strike. I love this. Our goal here is to reduce your access to Phoenix Flames and have less so Fire Blast while amping up your spenders to help increase skill expression, increase your reliance on casting, and make your exciting spells hit a bit harder. Yay! Yes! That's exactly what I want to see. No, I just started going over the changes. Heat Shimmer has been updated. No longer makes Scorch instant cast. Now increases Scorch damage by 10%. Instant cast Scorches are another contributing factor to Fire's resource overflow. Great change. Great change. Pyrotechnics has been updated. Critical Strike. Critical chance increased by 20%. Great. Control Destruction has been updated. Now also triggers from Fireball. Master Flame has been updated. Now increases Ignite and Fireball's damage by 15% when combustion is not active. Great. Call of the Sun King has been updated. No longer grants an additional charge of Phoenix Flame and now grants 15% increased Phoenix Flame's damage. Great. Fire Blast cooldown increased to 14 seconds, was 12. Great. Hypothermia duration reduced to 5 seconds. I wish they just deleted hypothermia, personally. I don't like it at all, but that's fine. I mean, can't win them all. Power Blast damage increased to 10%. Power Blast mana cost reduced. Flame Strike damage increased. Flame Strike only 10% seems a little low, but well, I guess we'll see how it all works out. Sun King's Blessing damage bonus increased to 280%. Phoenix Reborn now refunds 1 Phoenix Flame charge on use, was 2. Phoenix Reborn's Phoenix Flame damage increased to 200%. Phoenix Reborn's description, auras, and tooltips have been updated to better communicate their effects. Fixed an issue that caused Pyromaniac to grant hypothermia more often than it should. You can no longer trigger hypothermia when you already have it. Okay. Glorious Incandescence Fire Blast cooldown reduction increased to 2 seconds. I really like this. So basically, They're reducing your overflow of procs and your instants and making everything hit a little bit harder. I think they're probably going to have to tune Fireball more, though. But I guess we'll see what happens. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's see what's going on for Frost. Freezing Winds has been redesigned. Now causes Frozen Orb to deal 15% more damage to units affected by your Blizzard. Okay. Frozen Orb does more damage when people are in Blizzard. That's not a big PvP thing. Blizzard damage is increased. Oh my god. Okay, so Blizzard damage is increased. Blizzard damage radius is increased. The duration is increased. Holy crap. Okay. Ice Lance empowered by Fingers of Frost no longer consume Winter's Chill. Interesting. Glacial Assault description has been updated to better communicate its effects. Perma Frost Lance talent has been updated. All right, Spellslinger. Consuming Fingers of Frost or Winter's Chill now generates a Splinter. Oh, that's really good. That's huge. Splintering Orbs now generates 5 Splinters for Frost Mages. Frost Splinter damage reduced. Splinter Storm damage reduced. Embedded Splinter Storm damage reduced. Wow, okay. So, Mage, not much really changed for Arcane. Fire, actually, I'm going to scroll down. We're going to do Monk next, but I want to look at PvP specific changes. I want to scroll down. Yeah, I'm going to go down to PvP specifically. I want to look at these really, really quick. There's a lot of class changes, but I want to see if they have anything specifically in mind for player versus player. Okay, player versus player. I want to look at these next. Okay, so we went to the Mage, and then I'm going to look at player versus player. We're making updates to PvP talents focusing on removing, replacing, and modernizing our design to encourage talent diversity, save keybinds, and reduce complexity. That sounds great to me. And carve new gameplay space. Fucking great. It sounds great. Conquerors, watch my profanity, by the way. Conquerors prize, Varnish, and Conquest prize are purchasable. What is this? These are new consumables allowing players to avoid having to choose between catalyzing PvP and PvE armor. For example, a player could acquire a Hero Track chest piece from Mythic Plus, convert it to their class set armor at the Catalyst, and then purchase the Conquerors. Oh, that's cool. Okay. A little bit more convenient for people that play Arena or PvP and PvE. All right, let's see what they're doing for PvP. Veteran of the Third War now increases stamina by 6%. So they nerf Death Knight's health a little bit. No magic reduces magical damage you take by 3%. Okay. A little bit of the passive tankiness reduced. Walking Dead has been removed. New PvP talent, Death Cold's Embrace. Pillar of Frost grants you Remorseless Winter and increases its damage by 1,000%. And its radius by 150%, but your movement speed is heavily reduced. That sounds insane, by the way. Imagine, I mean, not even just for Arena, but that sounds insane for like imagine you're fighting in the middle of like Eye of the Storm, and literally the entire center is just getting Remorseless Wintered. It sounds nuts. Dread of Winter has been removed. You're literally the Lich King, yeah. Necrotic Ruins no longer has a healing component. Demon Hunter, Havoc, new PvP talent, Illidan's Grasp. You strangle a target with demonic strength, stunning them in place and dealing shadow damage. While the target is grasped, can move while channeling. Use Illidan's Grasp again to toss them. Wait, so Havoc Demon Hunter got the toss. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, Vengeance. Illidar's Grasp PvP talent, throw range reduced to 20 yards, was 40 yards, and no longer stuns and damages on throw impact. Okay, so they just kind of yoinked that. Thorns has been redesigned, now a passive that activates when you cast Barkskin or Ironbark. Okay, I like that, actually. What do you guys think? I wonder if it should do more damage. You think that's an L? I like the idea that they're reducing button bloat, though, personally. I know it's like, some people will sit here and be like, well, that's really annoying. What if I wanted a Thorns when I didn't want a Ironbark? Well, I hear you. I hear you, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I do think they do need to remove some of the abilities in the game. It's crazy. All right. King of the Jungle has been removed. Restoration, new PvP talent, Ancient of Lore. Shapeshift into an Ancient of Lore for 12 seconds. Preventing all crowd control effects, reducing damage taken by 20%, and granting you access to Blossom Burst and Massing Bloom. Reduces movement speed and replaces Incarnation Tree of Life. What the heck? Shapeshift into an Ancient of Lore for 12 seconds, being immune to CC, reducing all damage, and granting you access to Blossom Burst. Blossom Burst heals an ally and applied 1 missing heal over time effect. If all of them are present, Blossom Burst critically heals. Okay. Mass Bloom heals 5 allies and applies 1 missing heal over time effect. Interesting. That sounds like a really powerful cooldown. New PvP talent, Force Guardian, Wrath, Starfire Cyclone, and combo point generating abilities. Extend the duration of your active heal over time effects by 1 second, up to 3 seconds. Star Surge and combo point spending abilities increase the rate of your heal over time effects by 25% for 4 seconds. Very interesting. Harmony's effect is no longer reduced by 20. Okay, so they unnerfed Mastery. Life Bloom healing has been increased by 15% in PvP combat. The following PvP talents have been removed. Oh, they removed Focus Growth and Preserve Nature. Sleepwalk no longer has a cooldown. Dreamcatcher has been removed. Okay. That is actually really good for Evoker. That's very good for Evoker. That's very good for Evoker. Augmentation, new PvP talent, Seismic Slam. Landslide causes enemies who are midair to be slammed, stunning them for 4 seconds. I guess they removed that. They removed Seismic Slam for augmentation. I'm gonna... Dream Projection has been removed for Aug. New PvP talent, Explosive Powder, Bursting Shot now also knocks you back and snares enemy by an additional 20%. Water. Beast Mastery. Dire Beast Basilisk has been redesigned. Now triggers automatically under your target when you cast Call of the Wild. Marksmanship, new PvP talent, Sniper's Advantage. True Shot and Volley increase the range of all shots by 30% of their duration. New PvP talent, Aspect of the Fox. Aim Shot now be cast while moving during Aspect of the Cheetah, and Aspect of the Cheetah's delayed effect is increased by 4 seconds. Interesting. Ranger's Finesse no longer increases the effectiveness of Bursting Shot. And then they remove Sniper Shot, True Shot Mastery, Wild Kingdom, and Interlope. Okie doke. Mage. New PvP talent, Overpowered Barrier. All barriers absorb 100% more damage and have an additional effect, but last 5 seconds. I kind of like that. That sounds cool. If the barrier is fully absorbed, enemies within 10 yards suffer massive frost damage and are slowed by 70%. Overpowered Barrier. Blazing Barrier reflects 100% of the damage absorbed. Prismatic Barrier. If barrier is fully absorbed, game time war for 4 seconds. This sounds very good. That's a good defensive option. Ring of Fire PvP talent has been redesigned. Now disorients enemies who enter for 3 seconds and burns for 3% of their maximum health over its duration. Cooldown increased by 45 seconds. Overrides Ring of Frost. Disorients enemies who enter for 3 seconds and burns 3% of their health over its duration. Interesting. Ring of Fire. I don't know how I like. Just gotta get the Ring of Fire into mass polys. I guess so. Yeah. The Ring of Fire now also has a more pronounced visual effect. Alter time is now affected by healing and reduction effects such as dampening. Damn, that's a big change. It's like an AoE blind that does no damage. Yeah, I don't know about Ring of Fire. I guess I wanted to just remove. I'm okay with it. It's fine. All right, so Temporal Shield got removed for Arcane. Fire, new PP talent, Ignition Burst. Heat Shimmer now additionally causes your next scorch to become instant and cast at 100% effectiveness. All right. Well, they got rid of the instant scorch and then brought it back. Absolute Serenity PvP talent has been updated. Now prevents all crowd control. Was incapacitated. Wow. You're immune to CC during your Serenity now. That's huge. Or during your, whatever it's called. Your Fart Stomp. Brewmaster Alpha Tiger PvP has been removed. For Mistweaver, Feather Feet, you may now cast while moving during lighter than air and now lasts 4 seconds. That's kind of crazy. That seems really good. That seems really, really good. Reverse harm got removed. Alpha Tiger got removed. Let's see Paladins. New PvP talent, Shining Revelation. The light reveals all enemies in stealth or invisible to you while under the effects of Divine Shield. This effect lingers for 20 seconds after the shield fades. The light reveals all enemies in stealth or invisible while under the effects of Divine Shield. What the fuck? Alright, cool. Luminance PvP talent has been redesigned. Lightbearer's healing transfer is increased by up to 200% based on your current health. Lower health heals allies for more. Now available to Holy Paladins. Okey-doke. Holy, new PvP talent. Blessing of Spell Warding. Blesses a... What? They gave them Blessing of Spell Warding? Holy crap! They gave Holy Paladin Blessing of Spell Warding, eh? I can't believe it. That's crazy. I actually can't believe it. They lost Blessed Hand, so no more double bop, no more double freedom. That removes double freedom too, right? I think that's actually a good change. I'm not gonna lie, I play a decent amount of melee, and I think double bop and double freedom is actually insanely toxic. And like, I don't know what's going on with Paladins. They'll have to be compensated, but I think it's a good change. Just like I think like nerfing alter time is a really good change too. Like some of the shit that these classes have just are crazy. All right. Retribution. They removed Lawbringer, War of Reckoning. Okay. Discipline Priest. Archangel has been redesigned now. Passive spell that upgrades Evangelism, causing it to heal 30% more and increases your healing and absorption by 20%. Dark Archangel has been redesigned. Now triggers automatically when you cast Shadow Fiend or Mindbender. Interesting. Shadowward Pain. Damage no longer increased by 15%. Seraphic Crescendo has been removed from PvP talents to the Holy Tree. Okie dokie. Rogue. New PvP talent. Preemptive Maneuver. Feint decreases your damage taken by an additional 40% while stunned, and its energy cost is reduced by 30%. I hate rogues. Veil of Midnight PvP talent has been removed. Wow, they removed Shadowy Duel. Shadowy Duel is deleted. Holy crap, that's big, man. Take your cut, Enduring Brawler. The following PvP talents have been removed. Interesting. Electrocute damage has been increased. I love this. I like Electrocute. I've always liked it on Shaman. I feel like using a Greater Purge and getting Electrocute up, I think is really nice. I'm glad it's buffed. Dude, you don't like the changes? I like them so far. New PvP talent, Storm Conduit, casting Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning reduces the cooldown of Astral Shift, Gust of Wind. Whoa. Casting Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning reduces the cooldown of Astral Shift, Gust of Wind, Wind Shear, and Nature Totems. Jeez. Rods of Lightning's been removed. New PvP talent, Storm Conduit, casting Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning reduces the cooldown of Astral Shift, so they got that too. And Totem of Wrath triggers from Nature's Swiftness. New PvP talent, Bloodstones. Your Hellstones are replaced with Bloodstones, which increase the user's haste by 20%. Oh my god, that's kind of cool. Wait, that's actually kind of neat. So you can sacrifice your Hellstone for like a big offensive cooldown? That's so bad. I know you hate rogues, but Shadowy Duel is such a cool, unique ability. I don't know if I mean, it's a unique ability for sure. It's like I think Alter Time is a unique ability, but I think it just creates a really toxic... It's a really toxic gameplay mechanic, in my opinion. Warrior, new PvP talent, Berserker Roar. Go Berserk, removing and granting immunity to Fear, Sap, and Incapacitates effects. Also reduces the duration of the next crowd control effect within 15 seconds by 50% on group members. That sounds insane. What? You grant immunity to Fear, Sap, and Incapacitate, and you also give minus CC to your whole team. Okay. Dragon Charge. PvP talent has been redesigned. You can now move slightly left and right during its effect. Cooldown increased to 45 seconds. Now available to all warrior specializations and overrides Heroic Leap. Dragon Charge can no longer be cast while rooted and may be double tapped to cancel early. Wait, did they just get Flying Serpent Kick? Is that what I'm talking about? Did they literally just get Flying Serpent Kick? Rebound now increases the damage of reflected spells by 100%. Rallying Cry is 100% more effective in PvP. Warbringer has been removed. These are huge for a warrior, dude. Sharpened Blade has been redesigned. Now empowers your next Mortal Strike after you cast Colossus Smash or Warbreaker. Wow. Storm of Destruction PvP talent now additionally functions with Demolish. Master and Commander no longer increases the effectiveness of Rallying Cry. The following PvP talents have been removed. Warbanner, Shadow of the Colossus. Deathwish now cause you to grow in size with each stack. The following PvP talents have been removed. Barbarian and Battle Trance. Wow. That's awesome. All right. And then Warpath has been removed. I don't know how Ring of Fire is going to be good. I'm going to be honest. I mean, maybe it's okay. It's going to be good zone control. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be... I feel like it'll be better in Battleground Blitz. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I probably just will end up not playing Ring of Fire very much. But I also think Ring of Fire is kind of like... It's kind of a weird spell. Yeah, I don't actually like that there's more CC on it, to be honest with you. All right, what are we doing now? So, we went over mages, we went over PvP changes so far. There's still so many more changes to go over, guys. Let's go to... Windwalker. Well, let's go to Monk. All right, Monk. Paralysis now breaks based on a small damage threshold. That's cool. So Paralyzed doesn't break on 1 tick of damage. We're making several updates to Mistweaver, focus on smoothing out their healing output on varying target size and shifting rotational damage priority to more intuitive space. New talent, Emperor's Favor. Shaylun's gift healing is increased by 150% and its cast time is reduced by 100%, but it now only heals a single ally. That seems very good. That's going to be like lay on hands. That seems crazy. For PvP, that seems very good. It's literally just going to be lay on hands. Dance of the Wind has been redesigned. It now reduces physical damage taken by 10% and an additional 10% every 4 seconds. Wow. So it's no longer a dodge, just reduced damage. Jade Empowerment has been redesigned. Increases Crackling Jade Lightning damage by 2,000%. His primary target includes 4 additional enemies at 25% effectiveness. That seems big. Yu'lon's Whisper healing increased by 100%. Blackout Kick damage increased by 75%. Spinning Crane Kick damage increased by 30%. Jade Fire Awakening now causes Blackout Kick to cleave 2 additional enemies at 20% effectiveness. Invoke Chi-Ji, the Red Crane, now causes 3 gusts of miss per target, but only activates once per Blackout Kick and Rushing Jadewind cast. Shaylun's Gift talent location has been moved up to above the final talent gate and now connects with Focus Thunder. Okay. Windwalker Monk. New talent, Slicing Winds. Envelop yourself in razor sharp winds and lunge forward, dealing nature damage to enemies. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Hold to increase your lunge distance. Replaces Flying Serpent Kick. What does that sound like? I've heard that before. Combo Strike's effectiveness increased by 35%. We're increasing the value of Mastery Combo Strikes with the goal of pushing it as a stat. We got Plunderstorm, Slicing Winds, baby. Windwalker, Monk. Dance of the Wind has been redesigned. Now reduces physical damage taken by 10%. Okay, so it's no longer a random dodge. All damage done reduced by 2%. That seems so random. That seems so random. Spinning Crane Kick damage increased by 80%. Courageous Impulse now increases your Blackout Kick damage by 350%. What the fuck? Shadowboxing Treads now increases Blackout Kick damage by 10%. The following talents have been removed. Darting Hurricane, Mark of the Crane, Condo of the Celestials. Heart of the Jade Serpent no longer reduces the cooldown of Rising Sun Kick. Heart of the Jade Serpent now reduces the cooldown of Flying Serpent Kick. We need Plunder Arcanosphere. Truly, yeah. Okay, so we did Windwalker. We did Mage. We did Monk. We did PvP. What else? What do you guys? What is there? What is another big one? What's another big one? Let's do Paladin. Let's do Paladin. All right, Paladin. New talent, Unbound Freedom. Blessing of Freedom increases movement speed by 30%, and you gain... Oh, wow. And you gain Blessing of Freedom when cast on friendly targets. Choice node with Echoing Blessings. Interesting. Unending Light has been redesigned. Now causes Holy Power spent on Ward of Glory to increase the healing of Light of Dawn. Light's Conviction now additionally causes Holy Shock to refund half its mana when cast offensively. Flash of Light mana cost reduced by to 0.6 base mana. Flash of Light healing decreased. Holy Light healing increased. Wow, big Holy Lights. Infusion of Light now increases the healing of Holy Light by 30%. So they basically, they buffed Holy Light outside of Infusion and nerfed it in Infusion. Infusion of Light now increases the healing of Flash of Light by 30%. Was reduced the mana cost. Okay. Inflorescence of the Sunwell now increases Infusion of Light's increased. Now increases Infusion of Light's healing increased to Flash of Light by an additional 15%. Influence of the Sunwell now increases the healing of Holy Light by an additional 15%. Okay, Echoing Blessings now increases movement speed during Blessing of Freedom by 30%. Lightsmith, Hammer and Anvil healing decreased by 20%. Blessed Assurance now increases the damage of Crusader Strike by 20%, was 180%. Protection Templar, Undisputed Ruling has been updated. Hammer of Light grants Shield of the Righteousness, erupting a concentration beneath its target. Okay, I don't really care about them. Flash of Light healing increase. Word of Glory mana cost is increased. Healing Hands now only functions to increase Word of Glory's healing on the Paladin themselves. Divine Toil now cast Judgments at units near your main target, even if you're not in combat with them. Alright, so Paladin didn't get anything too crazy. Wow, they did a lot for Holy Priest. I'm going to look at Rogue. Okay, so Rogue. Blinding Gouge now break on a damage threshold instead of breaking on damage. Okay, so they did the same thing. Blinding Gouge don't break on 1 point of damage anymore. Sleight of Hand bonus now also affects Roll the Bones' chance to roll 5 combat enhancements. Sleight of Hand bonus for Roll the Bones to roll an additional combat enhancement reduced. Okay, so Rogue's basically got nothing at all. Enhance has a ton. There's so many changes here. I'm going to go to Warrior next. Wait, look at Warrior. Actually, let's look at Evoker really quick. Rescue now clears movement impairing effects from you and your target. Sleepwalk now has a 1.7 cast time. Okay. Flame Shaper. We're looking to improve some of the weaker talents for Flame Shaper to enable them to be more effective in dungeon content. Instead of increasing duration and spreading Fire Breath and Dream Breath, Flame Shapers can now cast Fire Breath and Dream Breath more often and have them deal more damage and healing in a compressed window. New talent, Fulminous Roar. Fire Breath and Dream Breath deal their damage and healing 20%. Deal their damage and healing in 20% less time. This is for Flame Shaper. Traveling Flame has been redesigned, no longer increasing Dream Breath or Fire Breath durations and spreads, instead reducing the cooldown of Fire Breath or Dream Breath by 5 seconds when you cast Engulf. Engulf's cooldown is now reduced by haste. Titanic Precision no longer references reversion, critically striking for preservation, and it cannot critically heal on application. Oh my god, there's a lot of notes here. Conduit of Flame, critical strike chance increased to 15%, was 10%. Now correctly specifies that it increases critical strike chance above 50% health for preservation. Enkindle deals 25% essence ability, was 20. Expanded Lungs is now a choice node with Enkindle. Fan the Flames has been removed. Og. New talent Rockfall. Upheaval reaches maximum empowerment 20% faster and has a 60% chance to grant Essence Burst. Modes of Possibility. Chance to trigger increased to 25%. While in Dungeons and Raid, allies can no longer see an additional upheavals from Rumbling Earth. Seismic Slam has been removed. That's a PvP talent. A new talent, Azure Clarity. Disintegrate takes 1 additional time. It deals 8% less damage. Scorching Embers. Scorching Embers damage increase now scales with Empowered level. Up to a maximum of 40%, similar to Molten Embers for augmentation. Firestorm damage increased by 50% and duration reduced to 60%. Eternity Surge now targets enemies with a 25-yard radius around the Evoker. Order Power has been removed. Preservation. Dream Breath now heals yourself and 5 injured allies. Oh, that's interesting. Green Breath and Reversion no longer snapshot with Mastery Lifebinder. Instead, they will reevaluate the Mastery bonus each time they tick, based on the target's health and yours. That's crazy. All right, many talents have changed position. New talents, Grievous Wounds. Rake, Rip, and Thrash damage increased by 10%. Gale Winds increases Typhoon's radius by 20% and its range. Wait, Cyclone got nerfed? Where's that? Whoa. Oh, it's right there. I was just about to get to it. Uh-oh. All right. Physical damage dealt by your abilities increased by 5%. New talent, Circle of the Heavens. Magic damage dealt by your spells increased by 5%. New talent, Lycara's Meditation. You retain Lycara's Teachings bonus from your most recent form for 5 seconds after shifting out of it. Shitting out of it. New talent, Symbiotic Relationship. Form a bond with an ally. Your self-healing also heals your bonded ally for 10% of your amount healed. Your healing to your bonded ally also heals you for 8% of the amount healed. New talent. When a hit deals more than 12% of your maximum health, instantly heal for 10% of your health. This effect cannot occur more than every 30 seconds. New talent, Perfectly Honed Instincts. Well-honed instincts can trigger up to once every 90 seconds. Ursock's Spirit has been updated. Stamina increased by 4%. Stamina in bear form is increased by an additional 5%. Light of the Sun replaces Skull Bash for Balance Druids only. The remaining cooldown of Solar Beam is reduced by 15 seconds when it interrupts your primary target. Whoa. Improved Rejuvenation has been changed to Lingering Healing. Rejuvenation's duration is increased by 3 seconds. Regrowth's duration is increased by 3 seconds when cast on yourself. Instincts of the Claw is now 1 point talent and has been updated. Ferocious Bite and Maul damage increased by 18% or 8%. Lore of the Grove is now 1 point talent, has been updated. Moonfire and Sunfire damage increased by 10%. Fluid form has been updated. Skull Bash can now be used in any form and shifts you into cat. Oh my god! Wait, you can just kick? That's crazy. You're just gonna be able to kick. Arena 123 Skull Bash, here we go. That's really good on Druid. You're just gonna be able to Skull Bash anyone. That's very good. Okay. Rejuvenation healing increased by 5%. Wild Growth healing increased by 5%. Rip damage reduced by 9%. Shred damage increased by 10%. Swipe damage increased by 10%. Ferocious Bite damage reduced. Cyclone duration nerfed. Disorienting Roar now breaks based on a small damage threshold. Rising Light, Falling Night has been removed. Druid of the Claw, Ravage has been reduced. Sunfire is now learned at level 10. The following talents have been removed. Okay, nothing really going on there. Thrash is now learned at level 10. Brutal Slash damage increase. Killer Instinct no longer increases damage dealt by Moonfire. Guardian, new talent, Earth Soul's Warding. Gain magic damage reduction equal to 5-10% of your damage reduction from armor. Verdant Heart now learned at level 10. Mangle damage increased by 10%. Maul damage reduced by 8%. Raise damage reduced by 8%. Raise now replaces Maul. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Restoration. Let's see what goes on here. Wait, what the hell is this? All damage reduced by 20%? What am I looking at here? What does this mean? All damage reduced by 20%. They just take 20% less damage always? This damage reduction keeps Restoration Druid's physical or magic damage equivalent to previous patches when selecting the Circle of Wilds or Circle of the Heavens talent. We're making this change with the goal of moving Resto Druids towards utilizing either their damage physical abilities or magic spells instead of weaving between them both in order to reduce the damage rotation complexity. Oh, all damage reduced. Sorry. So they basically nerf their damage. I understand. For some reason, I was thinking this meant they take 20% less damage, but my brain farted. Improved Nature's Cure is now learned at level 10. Effectiveness increased by 30% and reduces its bonus with each additional... Wait, what? Effectiveness increased by 30%. Now reduces its bonus with each additional heal over time effect. Oh, that's really interesting. This update to Mastery Harmony is intended to reward more heavily the first few heal over time effects applied to allies, while tempering the scaling at large healing over time. The scaling will still always make it a bonus to have additional healing over time effects. That's kind of interesting, actually. So it's like you put up a few hots and it's going to be really, really strong with Mastery. That seems really OP. Ah, we'll see. Tranquility channel time reduced to base 5 seconds was 8. Total healing unchanged. So Trank doesn't last as long. Nature Swiftness now increases the healing of regrowth by 200%. Flourish now causes... Dude, what? Nature Swiftness increases the healing of regrowth by 200%? Do Swiftmen still... Like, so what is Swiftmen regrowth going to do now? This is crazy. These are huge changes, man. We got set bonuses too. Guys, there's so many notes here. I kind of want to look at the set bonuses really quick. I want to look at the set bonuses. There's so much, man. All right, let me scroll the mage. Obviously, I care about those the most. All right, we'll just really quickly go over these. Okay. So your damage spells have a small chance at jackpot, granting you clear casting. Reducing the cooldown of combustion. When you hit a jackpot, you also gain Aether Attunement. Oh god, that sounds really good. Holy crap. Your damage spells have a chance to hit jackpot, reducing the cooldown of your combustion by 3 seconds. Casting combustion always hits a jackpot at 200% increased effectiveness. When you hit jackpot, your damage is increased by 15% for 7 seconds. If you would gain jackpot from combustion, the duration is increased by 100%. What the frick? Your damage spells have a chance to hit jackpot. That fire of Frostbolt Volley, dealing damage to your primary target and damaging 8 additional targets. Casting Icy Veins always hits a jackpot. Icy Veins cause you to hit a jetpack at 100% effectiveness every 10 seconds. What the fuck? I don't really like that one because it's just so much AoE damage. I don't know if I like that for Frost personally. AoE Frostbolts. That one sounds the least interesting to me. Fire sounds really good. All right, let's keep going. Set bonuses. All right. Wow. Wait, so what is this? Everyone just has the same thing? Your damaging spells have a chance to hit jackpot, causing upheaval at 100% effectiveness. Your upheavals have a 100% chance to grant Essence Burst. Eruptions cast with Essence Burst deal 25% more damage. That's really good for AUG. Elemental. Your spells have a chance to hit jackpot. Casting Ascendance always hits a jackpot. When you summon or extend your Fire Elemental, your Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, or Lava Burst deals 10% increased damage. Wow. Wait, so they made it so every DPS in the game has the exact same... Wait, what is Winning Streak? Oh, so it's... Wait, so every caster has the same 2-piece, every melee has the same 2-piece? Is that what we're talking about? Let's look at Windwalker Monk. Your spells and abilities have a chance to activate Winning Streak, increasing the damage of your Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick by 3%, stacking 10 times. Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick have a 15% chance to remove Winning Streak. It's just a complete RNG. What the frick? Fist of Fury, apply 1 stack of Winning Streak when you cast and you finish channel completely. The damage of your next Fist of Fury is increased by 5% per stack when Winning Streak is removed. Your Winning Streak is always removed once it reaches max stacks. I did at least half of the notes yesterday, but I want to look at the rest of them right now, okay? So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to change the style in which I look at these. So this is like... So what I'm going to do for YouTube, if you guys are watching on YouTube, we're going to do the patch notes that I went over yesterday, which is a bunch of the PvP. We went over all the PvP notes and some of the class ones. We're going to do the rest of them, but I'm going to kind of change. I think what I might try to do, instead of just reading every line verbatim, I might just look at the new talents and then call out some of the more meaningful changes, because I think it can get a little monotonous just reading this when there's so many changes, you know? So anyways... let's see what the developers have to say about DKs. So we'll look at DKs. I have a few that we need to do. DKs are one of them. And then we'll look at Priest. Currently, Frost and Holy Death Knights are incredibly survivable after boosting lower death rates. I think we actually already went over these. Yeah, we already looked at these ones. Okay, so basically, yeah, we went over those ones. Imprisonment now breaks on a small damage threshold instead of any damage. That's cool. They changed Spectral Sight. It's no longer removed upon taking action, no longer removed when taking damage, no longer removed by loss of control effects. Now magic dispellable. Movement penalty reduced to 20%. Okay, so you can't poke Spectral Sight off anymore. Spectral Sight has 5-second reduced cooldown and no longer reduces movement speed. Interesting. You can purge it off. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot harder for Rogues to get like perfect openers, I guess. That sounds like a pretty solid buff. Or what do they do for Havoc Demon Hunter? They got a new talent. Blade Dance automatically triggers Throw Glaive on your primary target for 100% damage, and each slash has a 50% chance to throw Glaive. Okay. They updated Momentum. The Hunt and Vengeful Retreat increase your damage by 5%. They updated Inertia. The Hunt and Vengeful Retreat cause your next Fell Rush or Fell Blade to empower you, increasing damage by 18%. Unbound Chaos has been updated. The Hunt and Vengeful Retreat cause your next Fell Rush or Fell Blade to deal 500% more damage. That's like a Chi Torpedo. You guys, they did that in Shadowlands too. In Shadowlands, I'm pretty sure your Fell Rush actually did an insane amount of damage. It felt good. Any means necessary was removed. And Exergy and Inertia Choice Mode has been swapped location with Unbound Chaos. Very interesting. The mage changes seem interesting. The fire changes seem the most interesting to me, to be honest. All right, we went over Druided. Let's see what else we got here. Hunter. Well, I'll go over Hunter last. Hunter is always the least interesting for me for whatever reason. It seems like they got a ton though. Sheesh. You missed the big Demon Hunter change? Did I? What's the big Demon Hunter change that I missed? Seemed like I did. All right, let's see here. Any means necessary has been removed. I don't even know what that is. Any means necessary. Wow. Demonic Presence now also causes your Arcane Fire Frost damage to be dealt as chaos damage instead. The Mastery talent. Interesting. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, what do I want to look at? I want to look at Warriors. Let's take a look at what they're doing for Warriors. Okay, so Warriors. We feel Warriors are in a good place overall. However, there's a few places we want to make improvements to the class and specs as a whole. Warrior survivability in particular has been a weak point, and endurance training competing against powerful throughput talents in the bottom of the warrior tree makes it difficult to talent into. We're combining endurance training and reinforced plates to put the choice in the second tier, which is a more choice against other utility and survival nodes and thus be easier to spend points on. Do warriors have are warriors having survivability problems? Maybe this is just like for, I guess we'll see. Reinforced plates is now a 2-point talent that gives 5% stamina and 5 armor per point. So extra armor, extra stamina. Overwhelming Rage is now a 1-point talent. Two-handed weapon specialization is now a 2-point talent that grants 3% damage, 2% reduction of damage from AoE while wielding a two-handed weapon per point. So you get 4%. Wow, okay. You have 4% AoE damage reduction. Dual wield specialization, it's the same. Oh, it's movement speed. So it's damage and movement speed. One-handed weapon specialization is 2 points. It's a leech in damage. Thunderous Word increases your bleed damage by 20% on affected targets, was 30. Cruel Strikes, Wild Strikes, and weapon specializations, those have changed positions in the tree. Endurance training has been removed. What do they do for arms? So they buffed Mortal Strike, they buffed Cleave. Overpower now increases the damage of your next Mortal Strike or Cleave by 15. Was 30. Okay, so they nerfed Martial Prowess. Bloodborne increases bleed effects by 510. Was 7.515. Blood Surge now causes damage from deep wounds that have a chance to generate 3 rage. Yeah, we've read the Windwalker ones already. Colossus Might is no longer applied by Execute. Okay. Cleave will only trigger Reap the Storm if 3 or more targets are hit. Imminent Demise and Death Drive now correctly requires sudden death talent to be taken to function. Fury. No, not you. Let's see here. Titan's Torment has been redesigned while Avatar is active. Rampage rage cost is reduced by 20. Bloodthirst cooldown is reduced by 1.5. Reckless Abandon is redesigned. Activating Recklessness generates 50 rage with Recklessness active. Raging Blow and Bloodthirst are replaced by Crushing Blow and Bloodbath. Okay, Crushing Blow, a powerful dual weapon strike that deals 10% increased critical strike damage. Bloodbath, a powerful attack that applies bleed to a target that is extended to its full duration when applied. I need some music on or something like that. Okay, let's look at Warlocks. Drain life damage increased by 100%. Soul Rod has been redesigned. Devour life force of your current target and up to 4 additional targets, causing your primary target to suffer shadow damage and secondary targets to suffer shadow damage. Damage dealt by Soul Rod also heals you. Okay, so they changed Soul Rot. Interesting. So it's just a big, I assume it's just a big dot and heal now. Demo. Doom has been updated. Consuming a demonic core no longer reduces duration of Doom. The duration of Doom is now reduced by 1 second per soul shard spent on Hand of Gul'dan. Doom Eternal has been redesigned. When Doom expires, you have a 30% chance to generate a demonic core. Demonic Calling has a 20% chance to make your next Dreadstalker cost 2 fewer soul shards and have no cast time. Okay. Demon Fire Infusion. Periodic damage from Immolate and Wither has a 4% chance to trigger a Demon Fire Bolt. Incinerate has a 25% chance to fire a Demon Fire Bolt at 100% effectiveness. Demon Fire Infusion. New talent. Okay. Dimension Ripper has been redesigned. Periodic damage dealt by Immolate and Wither has a 5% chance to tear open a Dimensional Rift. Now a choice note against Dimensional Rift. That seems pretty good. Havoc duration is now 15 seconds. Mayhem now has a 35% chance to activate. Decimation will now highlight Soulfire when active. Demonic Embers has been moved to row 10. Rain of Fire is now a choice node. That can be used to change the targeting from... Oh, that's nice. They should do that for Blizzard, too. I don't know why they don't do that for Blizzard. That just seems like a convenient choice. Oh my god, what did they do to Shaman? Didn't they just rework Enhancement Shaman? Am I crazy? Alright, one of my problems with Shaman overall is that they have way too many keybinds. Let's see what they've done. Lightning Bolt has a new visual. Astral Guidance is removed. Deeply Rooted Elements is now a small % chance per Maelstrom spent rather than being a chance per Maelstrom Spender. Primordial Wave has been redesigned. Now deals a high amount of damage to all targets affected by your Flame Shock. So Prim Wave is just completely redesigned. Healing Stream Totem, healing increased by 80%. New talent, Primordial Storm. Primordial Wave transforms into a single-use Primordial Storm for 15 seconds after it casts. Devastate nearby enemies with a Primordial Storm, dealing Flame, Frost, Storm Strike damage, and unleashing a Lightning Bolt or a Chain Lightning at 150% effectiveness. Deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets. Okay, some AoE stuff. Molten Thunder has been updated. Sundering has a 40% chance to reset its own cooldown, increased by 12% for up to 5 targets. Each consecutive reset reduces the chance by half. Okay. Elemental Spirits has been updated. Your Feral Spirits are now imbued with Fire, Frost, or Lightning, increasing your damage dealt with the element by 10%, but now only increase your physical damage dealt by 10%. Voltaic Blaze has been updated. Tempest, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning have a high chance to make your next Flame Shock become Voltaic Blaze. All right, let's go here. Lashing Flames has been updated. Lava Lash and Thunder increase the damage of Flame Shock on its target by 100%. Primordial Wave has been updated. Now deals a high amount of damage to all targets affected by Flame Shock. Primordial Wave generates 5 Maelstrom. Primordial Wave is now disabled and enabled on the action bar depending on the availability of Flame Shock. Storm Strike is now learned at level 10. Storm Strike can be used without an offhand weapon, dealing only its main hand weapon damage. Wait, are they bringing back two-handed? Are we getting two-handed Enhancement Shaman? No way. Maelstrom Weapon passive is now the first node on the tree. Storm Strike damage increased. Ice Strike damage increased. Lava Lash damage increased. Crash Strike initial damage increased. Healing Stream Totem increased. Ugh. Molten Assault now spreads flame shocks up to 5 nearby enemies. Ice Strike now generates 1 Maelstrom charge. Swirling Maelstrom no longer causes Ice Strike to generate Maelstrom weapon. Deeply rooted elements has a small chance per Maelstrom. Okay. What the heck? Maelstrom weapon no longer highlights spenders when they become instant at 5. Maelstrom weapon will display UI overlay at the top when it reaches 10 stacks. That's so good. That's a great change, I think. This is a great change. That was such a... It was so weird to me that you needed a third-party add-on to know when you had the 10 Maelstrom. It's so weird. Maelstrom weapon will not be highlighting Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, or Elemental Blast at 10 stacks. Maelstrom weapon highlights Tempest when it hits 10 stacks. Maelstrom weapon will highlight Primordial Wave when it hits 10 stacks. Maelstrom weapon and Storm... Okay, so they basically made it more clear, a little bit easier and straightforward to play Enhancement Shaman. Just visually, it just didn't really make much sense. No, you didn't show it on the personal resource display Blizzard has had in the game for many years. I don't think that's intuitive enough. Having like a little square in the middle of your screen, if you have it enabled, I don't think is intuitive enough. Static accumulation will highlight Maelstrom weapon spenders for a short duration when the refund effects triggers. And obviously they don't think so either because they just completely redesigned it. Legacy of the Frost Switch duration is 8 seconds, up from 5. Rank 1 Legacy of the Frost Switch challenge now grants 15% increased physical and frost damage. Ice Strike now highlights Frost Strike. Ice Strike buff is no longer on the personal resource display. Fire Nova's been updated. Ice Strike Impact updated. Alright, what else has they done? Alright, it's a bunch of visual stuff. Totemic Searing Bolt damage increased by 40%. Searing Volley damage increased by 40%. Oversurge now increases Surging Totem damage during Ascendance by 50%. Okay, Sundering the Lava Lash. Reactivity procs now triggers Earth Surge at 50%. Earth Surge now causes a tremor at the target for 100% effectiveness. They nerfed Totemic? It seems like it. At least they shifted the damage around a little bit. Arc Discharge now stacks up to 2 times. Conductive Energy now causes Primordial Wave to apply Lightning Rod to its target. What do they do for Resto? Mana Tide. Healing Tide Totem now additionally grants 80% increased mana. Oh, okay. Oh, they are. Our updates to Resto Shaman are focused on simplification and condensing keybind space and adding a support to Riptide. I like that. Therazane's Resilience, Earth Shield, and Water Shield no longer lose charges and are 115% effective. What? Earth Shield and Water Shield no longer lose charges? So you just don't have to manage your... Whispering Waves. 10% of Healing Waves healing is duplicated onto each of your targets with Riptide. Healing Wave is now learned at level 11. Wave Speaker's Blessing now additionally increased the periodic healing of Riptide by 10-20%. Spirit Walker's Tidal Totem now triggers after casting Healing Tide Totem. Downpour now overrides Healing Rain for 8 seconds. Ancestor Vigor is now a 2-point talent. The following talents have been removed: Healing Wave, Mana Tide Totem, Primordial Wave. Wait, they removed Prim Wave? They actually just deleted it. Totemic Downpour now overrides Surging Totem for 22 seconds. I actually am okay with that. I feel like Prim Wave is a weird one. It's nice because it gives you a separate school of magic, but I don't know. So that's Shaman. Got Rogue. Let's take a look at Priest. Alright, so Priest, Discipline, Divine Procession. Smite extends the duration of your active atonements by 3 seconds. That's really good. Inner Focus, Flash Heal, Powered Shield, Penance Powered, Radiance, and Powered Life have a 20% increased chance to critically heal. Okay. Purge the Wicked, renamed Encroaching Shadows, has been updated. Now causes Shadowward Pain to spread instead of overriding Shadowward Pain with a new spell. Interesting. Evangelism now heals all targets affected by Atonement. for 4,200 spell power split amongst targets healed. Evangelism continues to extend atonement by 6 seconds, and its visual has been updated. Contrition has been made baseline and now logs as penance healing. Penance healing now triggers Divine Aegis. Power shield absorption increased. Power radiance healing increased. Luminous barrier healing increased. Ultimate penitence now shields the priest for 100% of their health. Smite damage increased. Shadow Word Pain damage increased. Pain and Suffering increases the damage of Shadow Word Pain. They buffed that talent. Void Summoner now only triggers from Mind Blast and Penance Cast. The other variant of Overpowered Barrier for Arcane? What do you mean the other variant? Did they buff? Did they change it? Like, I didn't see that, no. I thought it was just you get Bloodlust. Divine Aegis no longer triggers from periodic healing. Absorption increases to 30%. Divine Aegis now displays on the raid frames. Ultimate Penitence swap positions with Castigation. Overloaded with Light is now a new position, directly below Ultimate Penitence. The following talents have been removed. No Rapture. I liked Rapture. I wonder why they removed Rapture. I actually thought the redesign of Rapture was really good. Oracle. New talent. 3 additional penance bolts are fired at an enemy within 40 yards when healing an ally with penance, or fired at an ally with 40 yards when damaging an enemy with penance. Divine Protection has been removed. Tropic Rift damage increased. Okay, apparently Holy got a bunch of stuff. Several talents have changed position. New talent, Lasting Words. Let's see here. Holy Word Serenity applied 12 seconds to renew. Holy Word Serenity applies 12 seconds of renew. I love that. That's great. Great change. What is this? If your barrier is fully absorbed, your next blink and shimmer within 15 seconds grants invisibility and immunity to damage for 3 seconds. That sounds completely overpowered. Like, that sounds just actually completely overpowered. That's ridiculous. There's no way that can, like, there's no fucking way. What? Yeah, bro. What? That's something. Light in the Darkness increases the healing done by Holy Word Serenity and Holy Word Sanctify by 20-40%. Increases the radius of Holy Word Sanctify by 30%. Okay. New talent, Dispersing Light. 6% of healing done with Flash, Heal, and Power Word Life is replicated. Oh, that's insane. What? Damn, some of these talents seem so good. Your healing is increased by 10% while Apoth is active. When you activate Apotheosis, your next 3 heal or prayer of healing casts are instant. What the frick? That seems really good too. Your Holy Word extends the duration of Apotheosis by 1.5 seconds. Jeez, man. What are these talents? Holy Celerity reduces the cooldown of your Holy Words by 15 seconds. And Power Renew. Renew now. Renew reduces the cooldown of Sanctify by an additional 6 seconds and heals for 60% more when cast, but has a cooldown. Doke. Alright. Voice of Harmony has been updated. Power Word Life now reduces the cooldown of Holy Word Serenity. Divine Star Halo reduces the cooldown of Sanctify. Seraphic Crescendo has been redesigned and moved from PvP talents to the Holy Tree. Now reduces the cooldown of Divine Hymn by 60 seconds. Choice Node with Gales of Song. Gale's Song has been redesigned while channeling Divine Hymn. Place 2 stacks of prayer mending on up to 3 allies within its range. Dude, all of these changes seem so good for Holy Priest. All healing increase. Holy Mending healing increase. Prayer of healing increased. Mana cost is increased. Prayer of healing cast time is now 2 seconds. 2.5. Up from 2. Cosmic Ripple is increased. Lightwell health threshold is now 75%. Buffed Lightwell. Resonant Words now also affects Powered Life. Divine Hymn channel duration is 5 seconds. The healing is unchanged. Let's see. Trail of Light healing replication is now 35%. They buffed that. Apotheosis now reduces the cooldown of holy words by 200%. Was okay, they nerfed Apotheosis a little bit. Well, they didn't nerf it, considering all the changes, but yeah, that part of it. Lightwell is no longer a choice node. Benediction is no longer on a choice node with Holy Mending. They made the following talents 1 point. This is always so good. Resonant Words, Voice of Harmony, Prismatic Echoes, Prayer of Virtuous, Epiphany, Crisis Management, all 1 points. And they removed Circle of Healing, Guardian of Light, Healing Chorus, Holy Word Salvation, Orison, Pontifex, Revitalizing Prayers, Sanctifies Prayers, Say Your Prayers. What do you guys think about the Holy Priest changes? It seems really good. Additional 2 stacks of Prayer Mending is replaced on a second ally within 40 yards. Preemptive Care now increased the duration of Renew. Premonition now has 2 charges. Divine Providence has been removed. All right, so we did Priest, we did Warrior, we did Shaman, we did Warlock. I think the only thing I haven't looked at is Hunter. I think Hunter's the only one that I haven't looked at yet. I'm pretty sure. Yep, Hunter's the last. What the frick is going on? This is way too much. I need like someone to summarize these for me, bro. Okay, they increased flare duration. Okay, let's do this. That's my job? I know, man. Put it into chat GPT. No Hard Feelings has been updated. Okay, Roar Sacrifice has been updated for marksmanship only. Instruction pet to protect a friendly target from critical strikes. Making attacks against the target unable to crit. Last 12 seconds while Roar of Sacrifice is active. Your Spotting Eagle can apply Spotter's Mark. Okay. And none of that seems too important. Withering Fire has been updated. Withering Fire now triggers from casting Black Arrow. During True Shot / Beast of Wrath and no longer auto fires. I need to make a Hunter. I don't know enough about Hunters. I need to make one, I think. We need to bring back I Eat Mages. I think Windwalker Monks are going to be fine. I think the changes to Windwalker Monks look good. All right, so Pack Leader. What is Pack Leader? That's one of their heroes' talents. Oh, they completely redid Pack Leader. Every 30 seconds, your next kill command now summons a bear, a wyvern, or a boar. Yay, more pets. I love pets. Battle together, Howl the Pack. Leader's cooldown is reduced by 25 seconds. Your pets gain 5% extra attack power. Dire Summon. Kill command reduces the cooldown of your Howl of the Pack. Cobra Shot, Raptor Strike, Mongoose Bite reduces the cooldown of your Howl of the Pack by 1 second. Pack Mentality. Howl of the Pack now causes your next kill command to deal 50% increased damage. Urson's Fury. Your bear's periodic damage has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldown of kill command in butchery and flanking strikes. Envenomed Fangs. Initial damage of your bear will consume Serpent Sting. Fury of the Wyvern. Your pet attacks increase your... Alright, so they got a bunch of new talents. Casting Beast of Wrath Coordinated Assault summons the aid of a beast. Seems like they're just getting a bunch of new pets. When disengaged removes a movement impairing effect, its cooldown is reduced by 4 seconds. When an enemy is stunned by Binding Shot, it is dragged to the center of the Binding Shot. Sounds annoying. When dropping below 40% health, summon the aid of a turtle, reducing the damage you take by 10%. This seems so butt. Like, this seems so bad. What? When you drop below 40% health, you summon the aid of a turtle, reducing the damage you take by 10% for 6 seconds. That sounds really bad. For Sentinel, they buffed Lunar Storm. Ugh. The duration, the radius. But it can only trigger every 30 seconds. That's like less frequent, but more impactful. Yeah, so they wanted to make it feel like more of a moment by reducing its frequency and increasing its damage and power. Great. Okay, new talent, Dire Cleave. When summoned, Dire Beast gains Beast Cleave at 100% effectiveness. Poison Barbs. Direct damage from Barb Shot has a 30% chance to explode on impact, dealing nature damage to nearby enemies beyond reducing damage reduced beyond 8 targets. Solitary Companion. Your pet damage is increased by 35% and your pet size is increased by 10%. Stomp has been updated. Serpent Sting damage has been increased. Barrage damage has been increased. Barrage focused. Cost reduced. Alpha Predator now increases kill command damage multiplicatively rather than additively. Additional kill shots fired from Hunter Spray now target enemies, regardless of their health percentage. Dire Command summon chance reduces 20%. Alright, that did some stuff. Let's look at marks. Moving to Undermine, we're looking to a reimagined marksmanship sharpshooter fantasy. Okay. Harrier's Cry. Your eagle descends from the skies with a screech, giving the signal to attack, increasing haste by 30%. So they got Bloodlust. Manhunter. Damaging a player with aim shot applies grievous injury, reducing the healing they receive by 25%. Wait, so they put... Wait, marksmanship doesn't have a pet anymore? Is that real? Reconcile some of the large spec friction points such as Lone Wolf. Undermine is seeing marksmanship lose their pet functionalities and instead joined in battle by a unique eagle pet that will exist outside of the game space but continue to support you in combat in a uniquely marksmanship way. Dude, I'm gonna make a Marks Hunter 100%. This change made me want to make a Marks Hunter. I'm making that 100%. I will be playing marksmanship now that it has no stupid pet. I'm very happy about that. Defending objectives on RPG is going to be hard now. Eyes in the Sky. Gain the aid of a spotted eagle. Damaging an enemy with empowered abilities such as precise shots has a 30% chance to cause your spotted eagle to mark your target. Enemies marked by your spotted eagle take 10% increased damage from your aim shot. Replaces call pet and associated... I wonder if people are pissed about this. Losing your pet is a big thing. Aspect of the Hydra. Aim shot, rapid fire, and arcane shot now hit a second nearby target for 40% of their damage. Improved spotted mark. Spotted mark damage bonus increased by 20%. Moving target. Consuming precise shots increases the damage of your next aim shot by 20%. New talent. Obsidian tipped ammunition. The damage of your auto shot is increased by 25%. And critical strike chance increased by 15%. New talent. Shrapnel shot. Damaging an enemy with explosive shot increases the damage they receive from your next arcane shot. Magnetic gunpowder. Consuming precise shots reduces the cooldown of your explosive shot. Consuming lock and load reduces the cooldown of explosive shot. Precise detonation. Casting explosive shot grants streamline. When aim shot damages a target affected by explosive shot instantly explodes. On target. Consuming spotter's mark grants 4% increased haste. Wow, they're really completely redesigning this. There's like 80 new talents. Dead, I guess. Nice. Oh my god. That was just not ideal. Alright, let's just keep looking at the hunter stuff. Ben, I need a new main. I need a new main too, man. Let's keep looking at these talents here. What's going on with the Marks Hunter?
Then I need a new main.
You need a new main? Let's go with Unholy DK. Let's go with Frost Mage, dude. Ego's accuracy. Okay, so basically we're back to what's going on with Marks Hunters. I like what they're doing though. While True Shot is active, consume precise shots, extending True Shot's duration. All right, so this is just a bunch of changes. I'd have to actually look at all of these together, but basically what they're doing is they're rebuilding Marks Hunter. Streamline has been updated. What's this? Killshot now has 2 charges and its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Choice node with headshot. Streamline has been updated. Rapid fire's damage increased by 15%. Casted rapid fire grants streamline. Streamline, your next aim shot has a 20% reduced cast time. Stacks 2 times. Holy crap, man. The following talents have been removed. Okay, so they removed a bunch of stuff. What are... Yeah, so basically, well, I'll have to see the vision later on. We can check out all of these, but essentially what they're doing is they're removing the pet, adding like a cool little off-screen eagle that will be your quote-unquote pet. And should be fun. Hogs in the hole. Here, I want a queue. That'd be useful to look at the talent calculator. The thing is, it doesn't really do much for me, to be honest with you, because I don't play Hunter. So looking at the talent calculator, it's not gonna like paint a nice picture for me, you know. So I'll just have to try it out on the PTR, which is something that I will do. Okay, they said they're mostly happy with Survival's gameplay, but the spec continues to have a lot of cognitive load around what buttons to press and when. Better condense Survival's rotational decision space for making access to Butchery and Flanking Strike mutually exclusive. Both spells have their own strengths and nuances, but having access to both at all times creates a crowded rotation that is absent of filler spells like Raptor Strike and Mongoose. Calling the Herd, Killshot increases the damage units received from bleed effects by 30% for 6 seconds. Born to Kill, your chance to gain death blows increased by 5%. Duration of the Cull Herd is increased by 2 seconds. Cull Herd now additionally increases the damage taken from your kill shot by 25%. Frenzy Strike has been updated. Now additionally causes Flanking Strike to deal 15% increased damage and increases your attack speed by 25%. Merciless Blow has been updated. Now additionally causes enemies damaged by Flanking Strike to suffer a heavy bleed for 8 seconds. Alpha Predator now increases kill commands damage, multiplicative. Alright, I don't know. They did some stuff with marks. They're survival. The most interesting to me, I think, is just what they're doing with Marksmanship Hunter. But that's a lot of patch notes, guys. Like I said, when I go through all these patch notes and read them all out, sometimes it's hard to paint a picture for the classes that I haven't played a lot of, but it seems like there's some really solid changes. I like some of the new PvP talents that are coming. I like some of the stuff they're doing with mages and monks and rogues and a lot of the different healers like Shaman and Disc and Resto. So overall, the notes I think I'm happy with. I'm happy with them personally. Some people have actually criticized the game, saying that they're adding too much and they need to not add so much. Like, I don't know about that. But anyways, yeah, we'll keep it locked. We're gonna keep we'll stay up to date on like the PTR and check out some of these changes and see how they all play out and stuff like that.